Morning. How important is heart rate when you're training? Well, if you're not in your proper heart rate, you're not training at all. So, heart rate's extremely important when it comes to conditioning your body. A lot of you have these Fitbits or Apple Watches that'll read your heart rate. And so the question's coming up, what number should that number be in order to make sure that I'm getting the most out of it? So it depends on what it is that you're trying to do. And we'll go from there. So if you're trying to predominantly use cardio as a weight loss, which is not a great formula, but it can be done, what you want to do is you want to have short intervals at the top portion of your heart rate. Now, what is the top portion of your heart rate? We can figure this out numerically. There's a few different formulas that we can use. I've had this up there before. Hope this is not backwards. It looks like it's backwards to me. We'll see. All right, so we can go 220 minus age times 0.6 to 0.8, which would give you a age predicted heart rate that tends to be a little bit lower than most. If you're more highly conditioned, that number is going to be different. As we add more information, for example, we have 220 minus your age minus your resting heart rate times the same 0.6 to 0.8 plus your resting heart rate, we get more information in there. So here we're still predicting your maximum heart rate, but we're taking out your age, your resting heart rate, which is some indicator of what kind of condition you're in, and then adding that back in there. So we get a lot more accurate reading with the 220 minus age minus resting heart rate. The actual max minus your resting heart rate times 0.6 to 0.8 is probably the most accurate. So this is what we did when I was in cardiac rehab. We'd put you on a treadmill, take you up to your max. You'd actually go, I quit, can't do anymore. And then from that, we would just take a 0.6 and 0.8, and that's the number you should be working out through. These numbers, generally speaking, come very, very close to one another. And even when we were in cardiac rehab and had the most accurate information available to us, the one thing that we would still throw in there, because you had people who were on medications that would artificially lower their heart rate or whatnot, the talk test. So the talk test is essentially this. If you're talking like I am right now, there's no way you're in your target heart rate. If you're talking and you can barely, or if you're working out and you can barely say a word, then you're real close to that max heart rate. Look at what that number is, and then go back off of that from 60 to 80%. Now, what if you're over 50 and you've got issues with heart disease or something like that? Doing that could be extremely risky and could cause you to have a heart attack. So we don't want to do that. The other thing we can do is we can do the talk test where we're still within control of our breathing. So what we would do is we would do something where we're active and then try and talk with a friend or something like that. I'm trying to mimic it right now. You see how winded or breathless I am there? So I'm able to actually do the activity but still be able to talk. That's probably somewhere between that 60 to 80%. It's going to be under the 100% because you can get words out. So if we're trying to just condition our heart, anywhere between 60 and 80% is good. If we're trying to use it as a fat loss or a calorie burner, then what we want to do is get those intervals where we're going maybe at 60% for 3 minutes and then try and take it up to 80% for a minute or 30 seconds for an interval of that time. Before you do that, check with your doctor. If you have any questions, comment below. We're always here to help you out. If you'd like to figure out what your target heart rate is, comment below what your resting heart rate is, and we'll teach you how to figure it out. I'd love to have a few examples to do that with. We fit your goals, we fit your needs. Just to let you know, we have a few classes this Monday. We have a 2 o'clock class for seniors, and then we have our 6 p.m. class. We'd love to see you come on out. We fit your goals, we fit your needs, and we'll fit you. Have a great day.